2 and g of x equals x cubed plus 4x squared minus 6.
This whole test is going to be no calculator.
No, but half of it is.
Thank goodness.
And this is a no calculator. All right?
Good work on the way.
The first question says, what is the area enclosed by these two graphs? It's a no calculator. It does tell you, however, that they intersect at plus minus 1 and negative 4. It does tell you that. That's the only thing you should need your calculator for.
Right, what are we trying to find? The area?
Area first.
Oh, that's easy money.
Okay?
Right?
This one's not bad.
So, aren't I going to have two integrals?
Yeah.
Negative 1 to 1 and negative 4 to negative 1.
Just make it 1 to 1.
Negative 4 to negative 1 plus negative 1 to 1.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Or you can just do negative 4
How are
to
you
1.
going to have an integral in the x and an integral in the y?
Why couldn't we just do negative 4 to 1?
Because we won't get the whole thing. This is going to do, what it's going to do is look like this is x minus 2. If it crosses here, here, and here,
Will the graph be given?
Oh.
no! I told you what is given.
How am I supposed to know what that x minus 2 and what x3 squared plus 4 or 4x squared minus 6 is?
That's your problem.
So just memorize this stuff?
Don't worry, it's all over.
You know what x minus 2 looks like.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Yeah, come on.
I guess I know.
Well, I'll show you what x cubed
Okay,
plus 4
the
is.
x cubed, we know it does this, don't we?
Maybe.
Don't we?
Yes.
So it either does this or it does this. Agree? So I don't know which one is on top. I'm going to pick point. When x is 0, right here. When x is 0, what is the value of this?
Negative 2.
What is the value of this?
6.
So that one's on top.
The whole time?
Agree? So this one is going to be x minus 2 minus x cubed plus 4x squared minus 6 dx. Okay. What happens if I pick the wrong one? I get a negative and I absolute value it. So you all are all worried about something that doesn't even matter.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on either. Why do we have 2 lines?
If you'll listen, you'll know what's going on. Do you all agree with that integral? Yeah. Now, for this integral, are we going to assume the other one's on top?
Yeah.
No, we probably shouldn't do that.
What difference does it make?
Doesn't matter.
Assuming makes a donkey out of you and me.
We want to get demonetized.
So, do I have negative 4 to negative 1 of x cubed plus 4x squared minus x minus 8. Oh, no, it's not minus 8. What is it?
Why don't we just plug it in? She's
Dx.
Oh yeah, I forgot we can plug it in.
Plus, isn't this negative 1 to 1 of negative x cubed minus 4x squared plus x plus 4 dx? Right? This is x to the 4th over 4 plus 4x cubed over 3 minus x squared over 2 minus 4x from -4 to -1.
I'm scared I'm gonna start getting the difference between antiderivative and derivative.
Well, I can't help that.
You add one, divide
Can't
by.
think stupid. That's what my mom always tells me.
What'd you say?
You can't think stupid.
Not even with duct tape.
Actually, you can't even just let your mouth shut.
No, not even with duct tape. I can tell you after teaching this many years, you can't fix stupid, not even with duct tape.
Duct tape didn't anybody before?
And have you tried to duct tape? You gotta shut their mouth.
It's coming. It's coming.
Okay.
What do I do now?
You plug in
Into
-4
it.
into 1.
Which one first?
-4. Alright, 1. Let's pop off the bottom.
So is it -1, 1/4 minus 4/3?
Well, -1 to the third would be -1.
That's a -1. Is that what you said?
Oh, wait,
Oh,
so
but it's 4.
Minus 1/2 plus 4. Right?
Mhm.
Minus. Now I plug in a -4. What is that number right there going to be?
Oh, never mind. That's
8. 8.
136.
Why did you guys say 8?
I thought it was 64 before.
That's x cubed.
Yeah.
And that would be 16.
What times
Yeah.
4 is 8? Times 4 is...
So what is that?
Let's see, so 4.
X to the 4th. 4 to the 4th power. 4 squared is 16. 4 cubed is 64.
No.
4 to the 4th is 256.
I'm supposed to know this without a calculator.
So this is minus 256 over 3, right? Minus 8 plus 16. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
We're spending a lot of time here on the easy part now, aren't we? Can you all finish this problem?
Maybe.
You need to tell me the answer out of the
I don't know the answer.
This is a hard one.
It's not a hard one. It is not a hard problem. It is the math part of it is difficult. Right?
Is it going to be like this on the test?
What?
You would also have to do like the other.
Right. But do you all know how to finish it?
Maybe.
If you're good with it, then we need to move to a different type of problem. Is that okay? Can we? You guess.
Yeah.
Well-
Is it going to be like that on the test?
Can't answer that question. She can.
I know I have to simplify it all the way.
You're going to have to simplify it, but is it going to be that hard? I don't think so.
How many points off would you use a calculator?
I'll go back and double check. What?
How many points off would be if you use a calculator?
It'd be a 0,
Oh, okay.
because that's cheating.
Okay.
So
We got it right.
we'll let it rest there. Okay. If we have, are we good to move to another type problem? I want to make sure you can set up area and work it. You're good with that? Okay.
This test is going to be pretty weird.
Okay.
You mean breaker grid?
If you have the problem y equals x squared,
So this is the whole name.
whole new problem. Whole new problem. If we have time at the end, we'll come back and figure that other one out. But I don't want to spend our whole time just adding and subtracting fractions. And x which gives, well, it's a multiple choice. Find the volume generated when this is revolved around the y-axis. All right? Now, you should know that this looks like this. Right?
Which axis did you say?
Y. So we're taking this, aren't we? How do I do this? Is it a washer or a disc?
No, it's water.
It's a washer.
What? Oh, because we're moving around the Y. Okay.
So is x equal to radical y? Where do these two cross? Where do they intersect?
X equals 3.
9. Thank you.
9.
Yeah, because if you cube 9, then
They actually intersect at the point 3, 9.
9.
So don't I have 0 to 9? Correct?
Yeah.
Of what?
Of
Pi
Pi.
3 squared minus radical y squared dy?
Okay, where do we get 3 squared?
R squared.
Right minus left. So this is 0 to 9 of 9 minus y dy, right? Isn't this not 9y minus y squared over 2
Yes.
from 0 to 9, right? Which is what?
81 minus 81 divided by 2.
81 minus 81 halves minus 0?
Why minus 0? Oh, we just, okay, got it.
Which is what?
Which is 81.
81
So close.
pi over 2? We good with that?
How did you get 81 over 3 just from 81 minus 81?
What's 81 divided by 2?
Because isn't this half of this? So half of it's left? Or I could have done 162 minus 81 over 2.
Don't we have to do another integral?
It's 0. We don't have to do another integral. No.
How do we know?
Like it's a wash.
It's a washer.
Yeah, but she used
I
the
did.
R.
I did 3 squared minus radical y squared.
I thought
Yeah, she could have like put them apart.
I could have done 2, but I put them together.
Wait, what does that mean then? What does you mean you could have done?
how do you do a disc? Isn't a disc the same thing?
Yeah.
I,
Like, yeah, that's still one.
A disc?
right here, I could have done 0 to 9
Right.
minus 0 to 9 of this.
I thought
So
you
what would,
had to
if
do
it was a disc, what would have happened? What would have been the difference?
It's, I can't show you because it's not a disc. You can't adjust that to a disc. You want to do a disc in a minute?
Yeah.
Or just center at like different heights than 0?
A different what?
Like a different,
I'm looking. What would you do with something that looked,
What'd you do for fun?
I was thinking exactly.
what?
Call my car.
What would I do if you guys listened?
Probably not yell at us.
Probably give out better grades.
Life would be so much more boring.
Solve this.
Oh.
Okay, it is no calculator. And your options are plug it in,
Was El Hospital.
try to do algebra,
La Hospital.
graph it, which you can't do. So you think L'Hopital doesn't work?
Hospital.
So what? So L'Hopital,
So 1 over cosine x.
1 over cosine of x,
Yeah.
which is 1. If you know your derivatives. I guess we're through reviewing.
My fault, we
Are we? Okay. We have a region on the graph. This is still no calculator. That is y equals radical x minus 1 and the line y equals x plus 1. And it is generated about the line y equals 3. Set up the integral, but do not solve. Okay. Anybody know what this looks like?
It's like that, but it's down. It's a sideways parabola.
X is 0. Oh, x can't be 0. So it must look like this.
That's expensive. Yeah. Why is it minus 1? It's minus 1, wouldn't it be on the other side?
How do we know? How did you know that?
How do I know what?
What number?
This line, and it's generated around here.
Give me 70.
I'd just like to know how you knew that was like looked like that.
Yeah.
How what look like that?
Radical x minus 1.
What this look like? I put 0 in for x. I can't plug 0 in for x. So I picked 1 for x. What do you get?
0.
1, 0.
And it can't go below 2 and be negative.
Right.
So you just waste when you put 1 in for x.
So put 3 in for x. What do you get?
2.
So it must look like that.
So
Now.
are we finding that center part?
I'm finding this rotating around this. Right? So,
So it's a washer. Top minus bottom. So we got x plus 1. See, this is where I'm confused. So do we do 3 minus, I'm going to do 3 minus radical x minus 1 minus,
top, which is 3 minus this, right?
oh, stupid, it's right.
Do you agree?
Where?
How do we know when
Oh
radical
wait, is there still like a pi on front too?
There is.
0, 3. But 10, it would equal 3, right? Minus 1 radical y equals 3.
Yes, Gary.
Minus, what's the other piece going to be?
3 minus.
3 minus x plus 1.
Can I put x minus 1?
Oh, does it say what?
Why are you doing? So why don't we take the radical away?
Okay, I distributed the negative.
Oh.
Okay.
So then wouldn't you have to do plus x?
Yeah.
No.
No, this is negative,
Isn't it 3 minus x plus 1? Isn't that that? Now, what? I start at 0, don't I?
What was that? Probably
Where do I stop here? When does my line equal 3? 2.
So it's just wherever the first one that intersects the.
Yeah, and the one on the test is easier to figure out than that.
Oh, okay, on that one. What the other one?
So do you like simplify? Can we,
No.
We can leave.
Well, it's a match. It's a multiple choice.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh, multiple choice? That's
okay. Well, okay, let me tell you this. On the test, your choices were this or this. Which one is it?
Well, Harry would have guessed 9.
I would have
Okay.
guessed that.
Make sense?
No.
It's multiple choice. You don't have to come up with everything because some of it is all that's there.
See, I might have guessed 9.
I wouldn't even
The
look
other
at
one.
the other stuff. Why do we even?
You would know it's not. Yeah.
I want the graphs y equals x squared and y equals negative x. And I want to make sure I word it the same way they word it. The cross sections as squares that are perpendicular to the x-axis. All right? They're squares. Where are those equal? Oh. And I want from 0 to 9.
Did you say perpendicular to the x-axis?
Perpendicular to the x-axis.
0 to 9?
Well, maybe. Let's see.
I don't think so. So that was going to be 9 to me.
Isn't this x squared? Negative x looks like this. So I want from 0 to 9. Okay?
0 to 9 given.
Uh-huh. So if they're squares, isn't it 0 to 9? Of x squared minus negative x squared dx. Is that right?
I don't know why it could be like that.
How do isn't this one side of my square?
Where's this? I'm confused on where the square is sitting.
Sitting just like this.
We have to solve that.
It's like the thing
Oh.
We have
Yes.
to solve this.
Yes, why not? Isn't this x squared plus x?
Is this another calculator one?
Or x4 plus.
It is, but can I change my number 9 so it won't be so big?
Yeah.
Can I change it to
1.
3? Is
Yeah.
that right? Because it's not that big on the test. So isn't this,
To the 3.
x to the fourth plus 2x cubed plus x squared dx.
Oh, I know it's important, but I have a meeting with Dr. Rose this evening and Mr. Cabot.
How come?
It would take way too long to explain.
But, I mean,
He's in trouble.
how come I'm just finding out, maybe?
Because I forgot to tell you.
Okay, so
Sorry,
you're
Hunter,
still
go ask the
responsible for this.
Okay.
You scheduled it in the middle of this one?
That was the only time
They
they
had. Okay. Is that right?
Yeah.
So isn't it x to the fifth over 5 plus cubed over 3 from 0 to 3? We changed this, didn't we? Right?
Yeah.
243
How?
plus
Oh.
81 halves plus 9. This is a calculator one.
Said it was not.
I know, I messed up.
Oh,
Okay. Good thing it wasn't 9.
We're done about 5 steps ago.
got that
Sorry.
right there.
So you can do that on your calculator.
Fine.
I will tell you, on the calculator part, it says you may use a calculator, but you must show all work, including calculations.
When you say including calculations, that means we have to do the FB minus FX stuff?
Uh-huh,
We would have to show that?
yeah.
What if we didn't calculate that?
Can we show like that, all the way
Yeah.
up to that?
You might say, hey, what is that?
And then put that in your calculator.
What?
What'd you get?
8.1.
98.1?
So do you have to like find it on this one?
On your you can do that on your calculator.
We have to show all calculations.
No, but like for the first one.
Oh, yeah,
It's like the same.
yeah, yeah. Yes, but I'm not going to take off for that. Okay, we have done a cross-section with squares, haven't we? That's on the test. We have revolved around another line. That's on the test. We've done L'Hopital's. That's on the test. We have found an area between two curves. That's on the test. Squares is cross sections. Area between two curves. Volume when we revolve around the x. Have we?
We've done all these, it's only been 4 problems.
We've done 5.
Have we done a volume around the x?
When you're going around on the purple.
We did volume around the Y.
We did volume on the X.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Volume around the x.
That Y.
Volume, if we did a volume around the y.
Sure.
On L'Hopital's.
Not at the ball.
The area between two.
Addition.
Guys, we have done an example of everything on the test.
You just gave us like 10 things that we did, but we only know 5.
She repeated it.
There's the same thing though.
But it's like I said, we revolved around the y. Then I came to another problem. We revolved around the x. Then we revolved around the x again. Some of them are no calculator, some are calculator, some are multiple choice, some are free response.
Are there more than 5 questions?
Yes, there are 10.
Like an essay?
Like not multiple.
To write
Fill in
calculus.
the blank.
Well, you don't really fill in the blank because you have to do all the.
Write it the answer.
That's why it's called free response, because you figure it out and write the answer. So,
Well,
what do you feel uncomfortable with?
All of them.
Finding when it's in terms of y, when it's in terms of x. Can you just like give me like a short definition?
if you were multiplying
So if I gave you y equals x squared and x equals 4, and we revolve it around the y, okay? You know this looks like this and this. So I'm taking this piece this way, right? And it would have to give you, would it? What x is 4, what is y? 16. So it's going to be 0 to 16, right? And then it's pi, and isn't it 4 squared minus this? And if I need it in terms of y, so can I square root both sides? So square root of y equals x. Why is it not plus or minus?
They're not going under the x-axis.
Why is it not plus or minus?
Because we're only on the right side of the y-axis.
Well, but when it rotates, it's over here.
But it'd just be the same. It'd just be the same.
Because I'm only looking for r, so I'm only looking for halfway across. Aren't I?
Aren't I?
But this is a washer, isn't it?
This is a washer.
That's a good joke.
So this would be radical y squared dy.
Okay, this is what I'm confused about. What?
Wait, hold on. So if it's right mouse left, it's terms of y, and if it's top mouse bottom, it's terms of x.
Okay.
Why?
X.
You can go.
My question is, the only thing I'm like kind of scared about is having to make the graph whenever I don't have my textbook here.
Well,
How am I supposed to know what x?
well, you should know y equals x squared is a parabola.
Okay, I know what y squared. X squared. I don't know like x to the fifth minus x to the.
They're not going to be an x to the fifth. The only thing it's going to be is an x cubed, and it gives you the intersection spots.
Okay, my question is, why on that washer? Why? Okay, so
X.
So over here on number 2, the second one we did 3 squared minus radical y squared. But then on this washer we did 3 minus x minus 1 under the radical squared.
It depends on, that must not have been a washer.
It was a washer. But and then it says minus 3 minus x minus 1 squared.
Oh,
Because it was rotated around a different line.
it's right there on
So it doesn't rotate around 0.
It didn't
So if it
rotate.
rotates around 0, then washers and discs are the same?
No,
No.
they are R1 squared minus R2 squared.
They're
And what's
both minus 0.
There's both separately squared.
This would just be like
4 minus
Okay.
y.
Okay, let's change this problem. Can I change this problem? It's still x equals 4, which is this, right? But it's rotated, this time, rotated around
X equals 4.
x equals 6. Okay? So it's rotated here.
This is a wash.
Okay? So it's actually
Oh,
going this way now, isn't it?
yeah.
So, all right, I drew that backwards. So isn't this squared minus this squared?
Wait, isn't it the other way around?
Yeah. I thought it's the big one, but it's the small
The
one.
big one?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so would it be 6 minus radical y squared minus 6?
Wait a minute. 6 minus radical y squared, what?
Minus 6 minus 4.
dy? Yes.
Same integral 0 to
The same, 0 to what we say?
16.
Uh-huh.
So, if you did,
So is it the same for like area 2?
wow.
Like, sorry, I just couldn't get that out. Like, just for the y's and x's, like within it for the interval.
the difference in area is gonna be between parts, it doesn't rotate, you don't pick up a third. Harrison, do you have a question?
No, I was just making sure that.
Do you guys have a question?
I'm good.
So,
I'm good.
for like, if it's, when we're doing the cross sections, if it's perpendicular to the X, it's in terms of X.
Yes,
If it's perpendicular to Y, it's in terms of Y.
yes.
And then,
And there's none, I will tell you, there's none, I don't think, perpendicular to the line.
okay, and then for the volume and area between curves, if it's right minus left,
If it's Y. Or top minus bottom if it's,
yes.
yes.
So now we have the R's where it's still be negative. You just have to.
Can I go back to the first one, because I got really,
It could have been because I made the problem up.
I mean, I got a negative number, so I'm not sure if I put it in wrong.
This one you got a negative?
Yes. Let me try again.
Ellsworth area is very
It would make sense it's negative because I'm subtracting 64. So,
Yeah.
First one.
You know what?
so if you got a negative, what do?
You absolute value it
Why did you get a negative?
because it's
Subtract the wrong one from the wrong one.
No, you got a negative because the area is below the axis,
so it's absolute value. It ain't even a big thing. It ain't nothing but a thing.
right?
Ain't nothing but a thing.
Isn't that true?
It ain't singing but a nothing.
Okay. So if you're hunting area,